Hello YouTube, it is the first Saturday of the month of September. We're ready to do some Saturday morning research. We're going to be focusing on the NFL. So if you're going to be at any NFL games this coming regular season, you want to check out where the gyms are at these stadiums. This is the right place to go. So we're going to actually go over here. So if you look at this screen right over here, so here we have, this is the Buffalo area. Buffalo is just northwest of an area called Orchard Park, which is where Highmark Stadium is. So we're going to zoom in. It should be right over here. Yes. Now here's how the research is going to work. So we're going to see if there's any new gyms in the area, which it looks like there may be. According to this, there is 3 gyms in the area. Okay, so we have Highmark Stadium, which is already covered there. All right, Erie County and Memoriam, that will not count. One Buffalo certainly counts. And I'm going to zoom out just a little bit here. There's one not in the realm of the stadium, but not too far, that is noteworthy, which is the Berman, Kelly, and Reed carvings. So that is at a local inn in the Orchard Park area, not too far from Highmark Stadium. So again, Highmark Stadium, one Buffalo, Berman, Kelly, and Reed carvings. That's where you want to look for raids in the Buffalo area if you're going to a Bills game this coming season. All right, next on the list is the Miami Dolphins. Now, you would think that it's in downtown Miami. It's not. You want to look for an area northwest of Miami called Miami Gardens. It's right up here in this circle up here. Okay, so then you're going to see Hard Rock Stadium. That's what you want to look for. Zoom in a little bit here. Okay. Now there's a bit around here, so just be aware of that. Okay, so it looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Just make sure that these are still accurate. We have the Gate B burrito football art. We have Hard Rock Stadium. We have Hard Rock Stadium Gate H. And the Don Shula statue. So those 4 are what you want to be looking for at Miami Dolphins games this fall. Next, for the New England Patriots, again, not downtown Boston, but you want to be looking for an area southwest called Foxborough. It's going to be down here. There's Gillette Stadium, so zoom in on Gillette Stadium. Recently, I'll tell you, they added quite a few gyms, so you want to be looking out for, there's a lot of stuff over here. So, according to the website, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that we were recognizing. So let's start up here. That is one we're not recognizing because it's part of, it's in Foxborough, but it's not part of what we would consider part of the Patriots group of gyms at Gillette Stadium. So Hall at Patriot Place for sure. NRG solar panels at Patriots Place. This is the one that's the oldest, the Gillette Stadium End Zone Tower. Patriot Place Water Tower. And then if you go down a little bit here, there's this Nature Trail and Cranberry Bog. Not that one. Yes, okay, so this one. Nature Trail and Cranberry Bog at Patriots Place. The other 2, the Big Moose statue and Taste Good, good for you. We're not recognizing those, but because of the fact that it's at Patriots Place or Gillette Stadium, we are recognizing those. So again, here's the 5. Near Gillette Stadium, you have Hall at Patriot Place, Gillette Stadium End Zone Tower, NRG solar panels at Patriot Place, Patriot Place Water Tower, and Nature Trail and Cranberry Bog at Patriots Place. Now we go to the home of 2 NFL franchises, the New York Giants and the New York Jets. However, what many people don't realize is that they don't play in New York, they play actually in New Jersey. So here's downtown New York City, Manhattan. You want to go a little bit northwest of that to an area called East Rutherford. It's home of what's called the Meadowlands Sports Complex. What you want to be looking for is MetLife Stadium. So here it is right here. There's a lot of stuff in the area. including a place that I've been to called the American Dream, which is an amusement park, it's a mall, it's a lot of everything. So, but here's MetLife Stadium, so we're going to zoom in a little bit more here. So as I said, this is the home of the Giants and the Jets. So we're going to take a look and see if there's anything new, which there is, yes. All right, so we're not going to count that one. We're not going to count that one. Okay, so the new one that we're going to be adding to our list is MetLife Stadium Jumbotron 1. Then we have 2 gyms, both named MetLife Stadium. And then, no, not that one. There it is. Okay, I'm going to check the surrounding ones again. Looks like they added the rink at American Dream. Very cool. Okay. Let's check this area over here just to see if there's anything else. Okay, so I'm going to zoom out again. All right, so now there are 4 gyms at MetLife Stadium. The first, outside in one of the entrances, there's the MetLife Stadium sign, and then there's 3 within the stadium. The newest is MetLife Stadium Jumbotron 1, and then you have the other 2 for MetLife Stadium. So whether you're a Giants or a Jets fan, be ready to do some raids here in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Now we're in the city of Baltimore. Now this one's fairly easy. If you're at an Oriole Park at Camden Yards game, let's go to M&T Bank Stadium because Oriole Park at Camden Yards is right next door, but we want to focus on M&T Bank Stadium. According to what we have on the website, there are 3. As we checked last month, we're going to check right now. Looks like, is it the same 3? Yes. So we have the Ravens Honor Wall, M&T Bank Stadium, and from bricks and pianos to football. So those are the 3 that you can do at M&T Bank Stadium. And like I said, Camden Yards is not too far away. So for those Orioles fans that want to get some raids done at nearby M&T Bank Stadium, this would be the time of the year to do it. Now we're on to the city of Cincinnati in Ohio. Right along the banks of the Ohio River, you're going to find Paycor Stadium. Now, the Great American Ballpark, home of the Cincinnati Reds, is not too far away. But we're going to be looking at Paycor Stadium, and there wasn't any the last time we checked. And unfortunately, there isn't any this time we checked. However, if you want to do any raids at Great American Ballpark, which is not too far away, there's a few options there for you. So get some raids done in Cincinnati and get some gyms up at Paycor Stadium. Come on, man. Right on the shore of Lake Erie in Cleveland, Ohio, First Energy Stadium, right next to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. We're hoping that Pokemon Go has added a gym at what's now called Cleveland Brown Stadium, excuse me. So there's a sculpture of firefighters. Check south. Jesse Owens, okay. Okay, so as we checked last month, there are still no gyms at Cleveland Brown Stadium. However, if you want to do any raids, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is not too far away. And also not too far away is Progressive Stadium, home of the Cleveland Guardians. So here we are in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and amidst the 3 rivers that intersect in the city of Pittsburgh is the home of the Pittsburgh Steelers. We're going to go over there right now, and there it is, next to the Andy Warhol Museum. So last time we checked, there were 3 gyms. Looks like there's been more added in the area. Let's see if they are. Okay, so there's the Immaculate Reception, which is what we had earlier. The Art Rooney statue, which is what we had earlier. It was formerly known as Heinz Fields. Okay, so Observatory Deck, Allegheny Station. Okay, so there's 3 gyms here that you want to be looking at. So the first one, the Immaculate Reception, which is obviously the famous play by Steelers fullback Franco Harris, the Art Rooney statue, and then the place formerly known as Heinz Fields. So, Steelers fans, you got some places to raid in Pittsburgh. Now we are on to the AFC South in one of the largest metropolitan areas in the country, in Houston, Texas. So southwest of the downtown Houston area, you're going to see NRG Stadium. I'm going to zoom in on here. I like the fact there's a group with a Pikachu with a cowboy hat on. Hey, there's a Snorlax with a cowboy hat on, right? All right, so from our last check, we got 4. Let's see if they've added any. Okay, that does not qualify. That does not qualify. NRG Stadium. There we go. All right, so we're going to start with the Houston Texans mini mural, which is not too far from the stadium itself, but we're going to count that. NRG Stadium, Raging Bull, and Charging Bull. So those 4 Texans fans, while you're rooting for your team, your high first-round draft picks, you got a lot to be excited about. Do some raids at NRG Stadium as well. So good luck to you guys this coming season. Staying in the AFC South but going further north is Indianapolis, Indiana, home of the Indianapolis Colts. And just outside of the downtown area, just south, is Lucas Oil Stadium. So we're going to zoom in on that. We got 2, it looks like, maybe some more added. Well, we're going to have to check. Okay, so there's 1, Lucas Oil Stadium north entrance. And there's the second, White Horse mural. So again, Lucas Oil Stadium north entrance, White Horse mural. So those 2 for the Colts. Moving on. Now this next stadium might not be staying in its current form as it is right now, the TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville, Florida, home of the Jaguars, because there's either going to be a brand new stadium or they're going to be making some significant upgrades to what's currently in place. But for what we have right now, we have a couple here. So Everbank Field, Touchdown Club East. Just checking some of the other ones around. We got Touchdown. Do we have any new ones? Okay, Metropolitan Park, no. Another one for Metropolitan Park. Just checking some of the other ones over here. No, that does not count. Okay, there's a baseball player, but no, we're not going to count that because this is football. So, all right. So the ones that we have here on the map, Everbank Field, Touchdown Club East, and Touchdown. At some point, I'm hoping they add a gym for Daly's Place. That would be cool. For you AEW fans, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Another AFC South team may be getting a new stadium very soon in Nashville, Tennessee, home of the Tennessee Titans. So we're going to scroll in here. So right now, Nissan Stadium is just outside the downtown area. I've actually been here before. And so far, I think it's just Nissan Stadium unless they've added anything additional. There's Nissan Stadium right there. No, it's just going to be this one right here, Nissan Stadium. And again, this might be one of the last seasons you get a chance to do a raid here before the Titans have a new home. We're now moving on to the AFC West and the Denver Broncos, which for Pokemon Go Raiders is a treasure trove here. So let's scroll in just west of the downtown area in Denver. So you'll see exactly what I'm talking about here. There is a lot. So it's going to refresh. All right. We'll start with the greatness of football. Face mask. Mouth guard at Mile High. And then if you scroll in a little bit further, you have Class of 1999. Empower Field at Mile High. And the Mile High Bronco. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Which I believe is the most of any stadium in the NFL. I mean, that could change, but as it stands right now, those 6, you got plenty of work to do in Denver if you want to do some raids. You're going to enjoy yourself. Broncos fans, have fun. We go to the state of Missouri now for the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, I've had trouble in the past finding this field, but I'm going to make this easy. So, not in downtown Kansas City. That would be easy. So you want to look for an area southeast of Kansas City called Sterling Acres. We're going to zoom in over here. As you zoom in closer, you're going to see Cunningham Ridge. Just south of where you see Cunningham Ridge, you'll see Kauffman Stadium. Right next to Kauffman Stadium is Arrowhead. So we're going to check right now. According to the website, we have 3. There may be still 3. We're going to check. Arrowhead Stadium. Arrowhead Stadium mural, and Arrowhead Stadium fields. The other 2 over here, I believe, are for Kauffman Stadium. Yes. Okay, so Arrowhead Stadium mural, Arrowhead Stadium fields. So if you're at a Chiefs game or if you're at a Royals game, you might be able to do those 3 raids, at least remotely. But if you're at a Chiefs game, that's where you want to be. All right, now another stadium that houses 2 teams, the Los Angeles Rams and the Los Angeles Chargers. SoFi Stadium, which is not in Los Angeles, it is in the neighboring city of Inglewood, California. Now, it is a little bit tricky to find, but you want to look for Edward Vincent Jr. Park. Just south of that, you'll see this little lake right here. We're going to zoom in. Once you see a street called Champions Way, you know you've got it. So there should be 2 there. There's SoFi Stadium and the American Airlines Plaza Fountain. Now there is one over here called the YouTube Play button. That does not count because there's a neighboring theater that is the home of that. So for the Rams and the Chargers, again, SoFi Stadium and American Airlines Plaza Fountain, which is part of SoFi Stadium. So Rams fans, Chargers fans, who's going to do more raids at SoFi? All right, to finish off the AFC, we're going to Las Vegas, Nevada. Well, technically Paradise, Nevada. So a team that was named after us. No, I'm just kidding. The Las Vegas Raiders. So we're going to go to the area known as Paradise. Just west of that green spot right here, there is Allegiant Stadium. As we checked the last time, there were no raids for the Raiders at Allegiant Stadium. Let's hope that that's changed. Southern Nevada Sports Center, that does not qualify. We checked the last time. Copperfield Warehouse does not qualify. Bridge Ram, Iron Goat. So, Raiders fans, no raids yet at Allegiant Stadium. No raids or gyms at Allegiant Stadium yet, which is something that we certainly need to fix. However, it's Las Vegas. There's tons of gyms in Las Vegas. So, good luck to you. I hope we get some more gyms, especially at Allegiant Stadium. Let's make that happen. We start the NFC with the team that is still known as America's team. I mean, that's debatable. But the Dallas Cowboys. Now, they're not in downtown Dallas. They're actually in neighboring Arlington. So we're going to scroll there. So this is a nice little cluster here. Philadelphia has something very similar to it, where you have 3 stadiums right next to each other. You have AT&T Stadium, home of the Dallas Cowboys. You have Globe Life Fields, home of the Texas Rangers, and Globe Life Park, now known as Choctaw Stadium, former home of the Texas Rangers, but current home to the XFL champions, the Arlington Renegades. So we're going to focus on AT&T Stadium right now. Let's see what's around there. Okay, nothing there. Just going to check around. Okay, so here's your first one right here. Cowboys and Rangers Water Tower. It's not at AT&T Stadium, but it's awfully close. Not too far from there. This is the one we want to focus on. This is one that we added last month. It's called Flags Fly High. It's at AT&T Stadium, right in between Globe Life Field and AT&T Stadium, but more for the Dallas Cowboys. I'll just check some of these other ones over here quick. Okay, so your main two for the Dallas Cowboys. Outside of AT&T Stadium, the Cowboys and Rangers Water Tower, and at AT&T Stadium, flags fly high. Go Cowboys. As we had mentioned before, the New York Giants play at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. If you want to see the Giants, go back to the earlier part of the video where we explained MetLife Stadium, home of the Giants, and also the New York Jets. You're going to like this one. So, as I mentioned before, clusters. So here's three right in the area. Lincoln Financial Field, home of the Philadelphia Eagles. Just north of that, Citizens Bank Park, home of the Philadelphia Phillies. And just west of the link is the Wells Fargo Center, home of the Philadelphia Flyers and the Philadelphia 76ers. This is ideal if you are a sports fan. So South Philly, you got a lot of stuff to work with here. So let's check this out. We're going to go to the link right down here. Let's see if there's anything new. From our last check, there were three. Let's take a look. Lincoln Financial Fields. Eagles defense sack record, September 15th, 1991. And the EAGLES mural. Not too far from there, obviously, Citizens Bank Park. Just north of that, there's 4 gyms there. And then over here, Dr. J and the Wells Fargo Center. So right there, 9 gyms in that small area where you can do some raids. So whether you're an Eagles fan, Phillies fan, 76ers fan, Flyers fan, you are going to love this area of Philadelphia. Go get them. Washington, home of the Commanders. This one is actually easy. Here's Washington, D.C. right in front of you. Just go due east until you run into FedEx Fields. We're going to zoom in. Last check, there was only one. Let's see if any more have been added. There's the one you want to focus on right there, FedEx Fields. We're going to check these other ones up here. Marvin F. Wilson Stadium is not part of FedEx Fields, but that's the one you want to look at, FedEx Fields. Hopefully some raids show up there on a Sunday. All's good. All right, guys, NFC North time. We start in the Windy City, Chicago, Illinois, which is not too far from Naperville, by the way. Chicago is home to the Bears and Soldier Fields. So let's go to downtown Chicago. It's actually that easy, downtown Chicago. There it is right there, just south of, it's over by the Shedd Aquarium and the Field Museum. There's actually a NASCAR race not too far from there. All right, so there is Soldier Fields. Let's check to see if they have added anything additional. We're just going to start up here, Field Museum, Research Statue. We're going to look down south, Green World, no. Doesn't look like anything new there. All right, so where do you want to go? Well, 1 says Soldier Fields. 2 says Soldier Fields. 3 says Soldier Fields. So if you can't figure that out, just make sure you keep track of them. There's 3 gyms that are called Soldier Fields. Now, the other thing is too, this window to do raids at Soldier Field might be closing as the Bears are in talks of getting a new stadium built. So at least for this season, everything should be good. So do your raids at Soldier Fields, one of those 3 gyms. Next is the Detroit Lions, not too far from Canada. Now you're going to look at downtown Detroit. You're going to see Comerica Park. Immediately next to it, just east, is Ford Fields. Let's take a look. Last time we checked, there was only 1. There's tons of historic spots in downtown Detroit. Make no mistake about that. Ford Fields, as far as Lions games, SummerSlam was just over there a little over a month ago. This is the spot to go to. Ford Field in Detroit, home of the Lions. We move on. Now we have arrived at my home state, Wisconsin, home of the Green Bay Packers. Green Bay, not a big city at all by any stretch of the imagination, but it houses a football team, an NFL team. Go to downtown Green Bay, just west of that is Lambeau Field. It's where all the action is in the fall. I've actually been to Lambeau. I was at a preseason game not too long ago. So you go to Lambeau, keep zooming in. You're going to see the Green Bay Packers Hall of Fame and Museum. Last time we checked, there were 4 gyms. So we're going to take a look. Okay, that's the playground at Titletown. We're not counting that. Lambeau Associated Bank Gate. There's 1. Vince Lombardi. That's 2. Lombardi Memorial Trophy, which is inside Lambeau Field. It's huge. That's 3. And where's the 4th? Oh, I think it's covering the other one. There it is. Yeah, I see it. Lambeau Field. Okay, so I'm going to zoom in and I'll show you again. So if you're by the main entrance to Lambeau Field, you can hit 3 of those. I know because I've done it. But again, Vince Lombardi, that's a statue outside of Lambeau Field. Then you have Lambeau Field itself, the Lombardi Memorial Trophy, and on the far side of the stadium, the Lambeau Associated Bank Gate. Those 4 for the Packers fans. All right, we are in the neighboring state of Minnesota, Minneapolis, St. Paul, but we're going to focus on Minneapolis right now. Go downtown, you're going to find US Bank Stadium. There it is right there. Right in the heart of the downtown area. Last time we checked, there were 2. Let's see if there's been any more added. There's US Bank Stadium right there. There's the Viking ship. No, it looks like it's still going to be those 2. The Viking ship and US Bank Stadium. Those 2 right there. That rounds out the NFC North. Moving on. Not too far from Marietta and Alpharetta is Atlanta. And in the downtown area of Atlanta, yes, the downtown area is Mercedes-Benz Stadium. I say that because Truist Park, the home of the Atlanta Braves, is not in the downtown area. And I always have trouble finding it. But we're going to look at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, home of the Atlanta Falcons. Last time we checked, there were 2. So let's see. The Falcon and Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Doesn't look like anything else. State Farm Arena. That's a noteworthy spot, home of the Atlanta Hawks. You would think the Flair, like for Ric Flair, but no, that's Charlotte. Okay, but anyway, it is Flair country. The Falcon and Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Falcons fans, you have a couple gyms in the area to do some raids at. Good luck to you this season. All right, we have now made it to Charlotte, North Carolina, home of the Carolina Panthers. From this vantage point, near the Sea of Charlotte, don't take that from every vantage point. So just west of the downtown area, Bank of America Stadium. And last time we checked, there were 2. One is at the stadium itself. Panthers Keep Pounding mural. And not too far from that, we're going to count it, and you'll see why we're going to count it. It says Panther Warehouse. It's not at the stadium, but it's close enough to it where it's relevant. So, if you're going to be at the stadium, Panthers Keep Pounding mural. If you're going to be near the stadium, and it's on the same stretch of road, Panther Warehouse. Carolina Panthers, let's do some raids. All right, the New Orleans Saints, the Superdome. Where can you find it? It is a little inconspicuous, but here's downtown New Orleans here. We're just going west of the Warehouse District here. You're going to see this Dave Dixon Drive. There's going to be 4 here. I'm going to check some of the other surrounding ones, but Superdome, Superdome cooling tower signs, Superdome sign, Champion Square. That looks like all the new ones right now. So those 4 again, Superdome, Superdome cooling tower signs, Superdome sign, Champion Square. Good luck, Saints fans. Do some raids. We round out the NFC South with another treasure trove of gyms. Raymond James Stadium, home of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We're going to zoom in on here right now. Across the street is George Steinbrenner Field. How do you like that? That's the spring training home of the New York Yankees. All right, so now we have a lot of gyms listed here, but don't get me wrong. This is not like Empower Field in Denver. Some of them are going to be at the stadium itself. Some of them are going to be not too far away, and you'll see what exactly I mean by that in just a moment. So we have Pirate Ship, one I highly recommend. If you're going to get any one done at Raymond James Stadium, it is absolutely this one. Then you have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers sign, Raymond James Stadium East Club, and then not too far, you're going to see up here by the Women's Hospital, Tampa Bay Buccaneers Museum, and Tampa Bay Buccaneers Road to the Super Bowl Memorial. I'm just going to check one other thing here, see if they've added anything else. No. So 3 at Raymond James Stadium, 2 just outside at the practice facility. So those 5 Bucks. All right, we are finally here, the NFC West. We start with the Arizona Cardinals. And you would think that State Farm Stadium is in Phoenix. It's actually not. It's in neighboring Glendale. So let's zoom into Glendale. You're going to look for the Glendale Sports and Entertainment District. Just south of where you see that, just south of Westgate, is State Farm Stadium. So we zoom in here. There we go. We're going to check the surrounding area. According to what we have on the website, 3. Let's see if there's been any more added. Okay, there's the home of the Arizona Coyotes. All right, so we have the Pat Tillman statue for sure. Cardinals Stadium. Big Red 3. Let me see if they've added anything additional. No. So those are the 3. Pat Tillman statue, Cardinals Stadium, it's actually State Farm Stadium now, and the Big Red 3. Those 3, Cardinals fans, get her done. Fans, as we mentioned earlier, the Los Angeles Rams share SoFi Stadium with the Los Angeles Chargers. If you want to see more on the Los Angeles Rams and where to find gyms at SoFi Stadium, go to the earlier spot of this video where it says Los Angeles Chargers. Happy hunting. All right, next, the 49ers, San Francisco, but not in San Francisco. Levi Stadium you can find in Santa Clara. So, easiest way to find that, here's San Francisco Bay. You want to go to the furthest southernmost point. It's going to be a little bit south. There's Levi Stadium. Keep zooming in. Looks like we got 3, at least from last glance. Might be a 4th, might be a 4th. Toyota Gate F. Okay, that one, yep. 2, 3, and... Okay, so those 3 still. So we have Toyota Gate F. Then we have Niners Museum at Levi Stadium and Levi Stadium. Niners fans, 3 gyms, make it happen. All right, we're finishing off the NFL, the NFC West with the Seattle Seahawks. Now we've zoomed out here to show you how easy it is to find. Now we're going to go to the city of Seattle, which is near the Canadian border. What you want to look for is the Space Needle. So we're going to zoom in. So keep zooming in toward where it says Seattle. Okay, so there's the Space Needle. You're going to find 2 little spots of green. I'm covered up by pictures right now, but I know where it is. Okay, one's T-Mobile Park, home of the Seattle Mariners. And the other one is Lumen Field, home of the Seattle Seahawks. It zoomed out on me, but we're going to keep going with this. We're just about there. All right. Last check, there were 2 gyms at Lumen Fields. Again, look for the Space Needle, and it's just south. Covered up by those pictures, but there's the green spots there. Zoom in one more time, hopefully. There we go. Okay. So we got, let it load up. CenturyLink Field, that's the former home. It's now called Lumen Fields. And then the Seahawks 50-yard line. And there's one right between. That belongs to T-Mobile Park for the Mariners. And then there's another one here, the home plate entrance. But the 2 that we're focused on, let me just check one last thing. No. Oh, well, it's decided to shut down on me. But you know where they are. CenturyLink Field, Seahawks 50-yard line. That's going to do it. Hopefully I can figure this out. Something went wrong. Well, go do some raids and fix it. Go. Have fun. Take care, guys. Be safe.